Guys, hi, I'm back. I think I'm in my story time era. I don't know. Let's go with it. I was having a conversation with myself and I thought maybe let me record, maybe I'll post it, maybe I won't. Let's see how it goes. And I thought I'd share with you guys if I do post. So, I love having conversations with myself, guys. I'm always talking to myself. So yeah, I think out loud. Anyways, thank you so much for yesterday's love. Thank you. Guys, some of you might know, or most of you might know, Uguti, there's just been a lot happening, right? Yeah, there's been a lot happening on social media regarding, let's say, where my name is concerned and all of that and whatever, right? The point of this video is I think being Christian is very hard. I really think maybe to a certain extent it's unfair, right? Yeah, I really find the mental that is on us as Christians is very sometimes it's very hard. On my videos I've had to block a lot of comments to protect myself, right? And I've opened up comments in some of my videos now and stuff. And for example, like my last couple of videos that I did, and I keep getting comments. Some I've had to block more people, I've had to delete certain comments and stuff. And for example, like yesterday's video, right? I got some comments again that I've had to delete, I've had to block, and some I've just left at this point, right? But what happened is that last night, I saw a comment last night and someone wrote, I can't even look at you after what you did. And I decided to respond back. I responded and I said to her, and I'm like, but here you are. She's on my page, you're on my video, you're saying you can't look at me, but here you are, but yet here you are, laughing emoji. And then I said umdala, act accordingly, because I think she looked like could be older than me and stuff, and I wrote that, and you get to a point where I'm not quiet because I can't talk for myself or I can't fight for myself. It's like I'm quiet because there is so much that I could say that I rather go yazine tumuntu atule. And at the end of the day, it's like, what, I'm going to respond to how many people, right? Anyways, let's stay on track. So this morning I wake up, I spend time with the Lord, I'm doing my my Bible study, and stuff. And I get convicted by two things. Something else got nothing to do, with this and what I want to talk about. But then I get convicted by that comment. And one thing that I like in day before's Bible study that I did is, one thing that I'm just also learning is I really want to reflect Jesus as much as I can with strangers. I really want to. So the thing with me is I'm very reserved. I'm very I like to keep to myself, right? Especially like in public. I forget that I'm an actor sometimes. I forget that I've got a podcast and that I do TikTok videos. I'm just rather to myself, and sometimes you'll catch me like not smiling because I'm in my own thoughts, in my own head, or I'm busy with what I'm actually busy with ngaleso skhathi, right? And sometimes I may come across unapproachable, and some people say I am approachable. I guess it's people's perspectives and stuff. And what I've just learned is sometimes I don't want to be recognized as a celebrity or as an actor. Sometimes I'm just like, I hope no one recognizes me. And then therefore I then carry a certain energy and demeanor with me, right? And so as I was writing my notes today, I went, you know what? I don't want that. Yes, people might first see me as, especially if those that recognize me will see me as, oh, the actor or a celebrity or all of these other stuff. But I then get to choose how I then show up. I want to reflect Jesus. I want to reflect his compassion when people come up to me, or whether it's cashiers, whether it's anybody. I want to be of love, of kindness. I want to reflect him the best way that I can, and that's something that I can work on. And quickly I went and I deleted that comment, and I deleted that comment and blocked the lady. I'm like, okay, rather not comment, but rather than block for your own, sanity, your protection and stuff. And I was like, that wasn't me. Even blocking, actually, I was like, that's not me reflecting Jesus in that moment. That's not me reflecting any kind of love. So it's like, I think as Christians, it's like, I had every right to protect myself. We have every right to defend ourselves when we are being attacked. And it's like, it's such a rock and a hard place where you go, okay, so how do I defend myself? How am I able to stand up for myself and protect myself from hurt, from malicious acts, but still reflect Jesus? It's such a rock and a hard place. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? And how do you guys do it? I'd love to know.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well today, guys. For those who are lost, who don't know what is happening, people who have been living under the rock, because we always have those. So, hungani Ndlovu and Stephanie Ndlovu have decided to end their marriage, you guys, and apparently they decided to end their marriage literally last year. So you can just imagine, like, these people literally have been mourning their marriage, and they decided to part ways after 6 years of marriage. And when they announced that they have parted ways, they announced already when News 24 broke the news. We already knew at the time, and I believed the story. Most people did not. Most people were just like, no, if Hungani himself and his wife did not say anything, then we are not going to believe the story, But fortunately, they did they came forth to confirm that yes, it is true. They've decided to part ways, but they will remain friends and be committed to raising their daughter. Yes, they do have a child together. So what really made them trend is the videos that were circulating, you guys, on social media, where you all know that they are YouTubers, right? So Hungani Lovu, there was a video they did last year. No, I think a year before last year, yes. And in the video, they were talking about like divorce, like what would happen if they were if they were to divorce. And before they could get into that topic, you guys, Stephanie was just off, man. Like, she was so off. Even when Hungani was trying to, like, just cheer her up and be like a good husband, I guess. But Stephanie was just not at it. And because of that, now people started now coming for Stephanie. They were saying that, yeah, she did not love Hungani. Like, but they were actually saying that, yeah, she was the bully in the marriage and all those things. But I felt like it was so unfair, because one thing about marriage, you guys, or the people that you live with, and then you know the real them. So you might find that sometimes behind closed doors, this man is not this loving like he is on camera. And now when Uhungani was acting like all lovey-dovey, it was literally annoying Steph. I'm not saying it's true, I'm just assuming. And I'm also just trying to show you that sometimes it might not be the way we see it, People go through a lot behind closed doors, you guys. And we have people who can pretend on camera, like Abumbali. I was picking Umyeni Wami, where the husband can literally abuse you and allegedly abuse you, and you can literally go to camera a few minutes after that and be talking about how you love your husband, go live with him and laugh. But some people, they cannot pretend like things are just good when well they are not. So Petronella as well got dragged. Like, yo, I think she was the only person who was just catching smoke. Like, people were like, yeah, you are the one who ruined Stephanie and Hungani's marriage. And people were coming for Petronella mainly because in that video I was talking about, Stephanie mentioned that she was talking up with Petronella about divorce, like if she was about to divorce Hungani, what was gonna happen. And now people are like, okay, why were you talking about divorce with your friend? It is clear that your friend is the one who influenced you to divorce your husband. And now they were also coming for her that she is a single mom. Now she wants Steph to be the same thing. Like, it was actually too much. It was too much. And I think the only problem not Petronella, oh, Steph did here was to mention, or was to, yes, was to mention that she was talking to her friend about divorce. Because, guys, we are not going to shy away from the fact that, yes, we do talk to our friends about divorces, we do talk about all these things because we want advice. Sometimes we are confused. You find yourself confused, like, am I doing the right thing by staying, or am I doing the right thing by leaving? Not that you're going to take your friend's advice, but you just want to find out if you staying in this marriage, is it a good idea to be staying, you know? And it's good sometimes to find to hear other people's perspectives. And now you can see that, okay, I'm actually now betraying myself by staying in a marriage where I told myself from the beginning that if a man cheats on me, I'm not going to stay, I'm going to leave. But because now you're staying, you need advices from your friends, then they can enlighten you. No, you're actually losing yourself in this marriage. We're not saying leave, but that's how we see it. And that is when you can take your own decision. At the end of the day, Steph is not a child. She took her own decision in leaving this marriage, you guys.